This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back to Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on the first trading session of 2025, Thursday, January 2nd. Before I jump into today's session, I just wanted to send out my best wishes and thoughts to those who are impacted either in New Orleans or Las Vegas, although there was only one casualty, the actual attacker in Las Vegas. There were many casualties in New Orleans, like 14 plus. It sucks that we have to start the year this way, and it also doesn't bode well, because I hope it is the end of it, but I don't think it will be. But I don't want to get too political on the show. That's one of the reasons why I created it, to stay away from it. Let's jump right into the session. So, looking at today's action, I would say it was pretty bearish, but let's go through the numbers and we'll peel the onion. We had 136 new highs on the NYSE versus 145 new lows. Looking at advanced decliners, 49% were advancing versus 48% declining. Pretty even there. 72% of stocks were below the 50-day, and 52% were below the 200-day moving average, which isn't great. All the indices closed red. The Dow led the way, down 151 points off the bottom of the session, but still down 0.36%. The Nasdaq was down 30 or 0.16%. The S&P was down 13 points or 0.22%. Most of the mega caps were red, including the Mag 7. Nvidia was one of the few strong ones, up almost 3% today. Meta was up 2.3%. Google was up marginally, 0.07%. And Amazon was up marginally, up 0.3%. You have Microsoft down almost 0.7%. Apple was down 2.6%. Tesla down 6%. I don't think Tesla was down mostly because of what happened in Vegas. I think it was mostly because of their delivery news, which was lower than expected. Taking a quick look at sectors, energy continues to bounce up 1.4%. Utilities was up 0.8%. Communication services was up 0.6%. Healthcare was up 0.18%. The rest were pretty much red. On the downside, your consumer cyclical down 1.08%. Real estate down 1%. Industrials down 0.4%. Consumer defensive down 0.36%. And financials down 0.25%. We do start the year fresh, so all the year-to-date information is useless right now. But I am focused on watching financials, the Mag 7, especially NVIDIA and the semiconductor group. I think NVIDIA's chart looks pretty bearish. And if you look at the semiconductor index, it's carving out a lopsided head and shoulders top here. So if you see that neckline break below 47-ish hundred, that's going to be bad news for the bulls. Let's keep going. Let's keep peeling this onion. What was strong? What was weak today? This is just rapid fire, as I usually do. These are all percentages. In the S&P, you had Vistra Energy. A lot of them are going to be energy. Up 8.6%. Constellation Energy, 8.6%. Texas Pacific Land Trust, 6.7%. First Solar is up 5.75%. Uber 4.6%. Enphase Energy 3.9%. Micron up 3.74%. Western Digital 3.6%. Domino's Pizza 3.4%. Newmont Mining 3.29%. Williams Company 3.25%. Nvidia 2.8%. Kinder Morgan 2.7%. NRG Energy 2.7%, Targa Resources 2.6%, EQT Corp 2.6%, GE Vernova 2.6%, Coterra Energy 2.3%, Meta 2.3%, Devon Energy 2.1%, Halliburton 2.1%, and Dollar Tree up 2. In the NASDAQ 100, you had, again, Constellation Energy, 8.5%. AppLovin bouncing here, 5.5. MongoDB up 5%. ARM Holdings, 4. Mercado Libre, 3.7. Micron again, 3.75. NVIDIA again. Marvell Technologies, 2.8. Meta, 2.2. Charter Communications, 1.96. What was weak? You had a much longer list. The full list will be available on the show notes for paying subscribers, but I'll cover up to like the threes here. You had Tesla down 6%, GM down 3.7%, PPG Industries 3.26%, and Eastman Chemical down 2.96%. MGM Resorts down 2.9%, Las Vegas Sands down 2.9%. In the NASDAQ 100, you had Tesla down 6%. It's in both indices. Apple down 2.7%, Lululemon 2.5%, Workday 2.4%, CDW 2.25%, On Semiconductor 2.04%. Free members, as I said in the top of the show, you want to watch the 10-year yield, the yen carry trade, the Mag 7, especially NVIDIA and the semiconductor index. Stick with the forest, not the trees. I suspect volatility to continue to rise. Premium members, please stay on. I'd like to cover some macro indicators with you today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.